This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com.
Everyone, I'm Stephanie Pooch, and welcome to another edition of Astro Auto Repair. Can you dig it?
Yeah, check that intro out. Can you dig it? Alright guys, girls, if you want us to showcase your channel free of charge, just click that link in the description below for all the rules and regulations. Alright, here we go. We got a 2004 Chrysler 300. Here's the complaint. Well, you already know it, so you see the thumbnail. Car is overheating. Now I'm explaining to you what the customer has done and what we're about to do, and the procedure, the steps you want to take to check your car. All right, let's get set up, and we'll be right back. All right, guys and girls, we at the car. Now, if you want the proper way to diagnose a vehicle, let me see, am I in the sun? Yeah, there we go. Is if you want to fix the car right, you have to listen to the customer. The customer knows their car better than anybody else, and what they say can lead you to figuring out what the issue is. All right, so we got Kyle here. He's the only other vehicle. All right, Kyle, let's explain what's been going on.
So, originally we had to get this pipe changed because when we first got it, the vehicle, it was kind of like a makeshift type of part. So it went bad. We got this fixed, and once we replaced it, we bled it for any type of air trapped in the system. But the car continued to overheat. Now,
before that, before it was leaking, was the car overheating anything?
No, the car was not overheating.
Okay.
At all. But since we got this pipe changed, we also changed the thermostat, thinking that the thermostat was causing the car to overheat. Thermostat's been changed, car is still overheating, but after further, I guess, diagnosis or self-examining, we noticed that the bottom radiator hose, not the top one, but the bottom one, was not getting any type of flow. It was still cold even after the car had been running or what have you. So.
And what about the top one?
Now the top hose is got flow on it.
It was hot?
It was warm.
Okay.
It was warm. Well, you know,
okay,
it's like
okay,
a
normal. Okay.
Normal flow. But so we don't know if it's some type of stoppage. And then on top of that, we noticed there was like a rattling sound. And most people would associate that rattling sound with a bad water pump. So a bunch of things could be wrong, but that's why we got Astro Auto Repair on site.
On site, yeah. All right, now as far as the rattling noise, when did the rattling noise start?
The rattling noise started. It's been off and on for about the past 4 to 5 months.
Okay, before the leaking and all that.
Before the leaking started.
Okay,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
And is the rattling noise there now? Was it sometimes?
It's not there as often, but you can still hear it every so often and it start rattling.
All right, guys. So we got it. Now, just from the customer saying what he said, we got a problem with flow. Because what it does is, a large percentage of vehicles out there, the flow is from the top, from the engine through the top radiator hose, through the radiator to cool down, and back down through the bottom. That's why the bottom one is cold. So we got no circulation here. Now, after no circulation, we got either a clogged radiator, maybe the water pump fins are messed up, or it could be blockage somewhere else. Now, I did ask the customer, did they put any kind of sealer in the vehicle? If you put some sealer in your thing, in your cooling system, you're almost guaranteed that you clogged up your radiator. But that is not the case on this. So what we're going to do, even though it's not leaking, what we're going to do is pop off the radiator cap, fill the expansion tank up, and we're going to do a pressure test just to see if we got any kind of leaks anywhere. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. The very first thing you do on this Chrysler, you got to bleed the system. Now, I just spoke with the customer. Another information. When they did the thermostat, when they did this housing up here, to bleed the system, they had the car running until antifreeze flowed out of here. That is the wrong procedure to do that. So you might be saying, why, Tim? Because air's got to come out here, all the air. If you got the car running while you got antifreeze in here and you start it up, if you got the car running, the water pump is going to pump antifreeze out of here no matter what. Then you're going to think the car is bled out, and it's not. What you need to do is have the car off, and I'm going to use this expansion tank as an example. If you have a little hole right here, and you got a little pump over here that's circulating all the antifreeze through, you can still have air in there, and antifreeze will come out of this hose. But if you fill this up with the car off, it's going to fill the antifreeze up from the bottom, and it's going to slowly come up. All the air is going to come out of that bleeder over here. So now that it's off, once that antifreeze fills up and that antifreeze comes out of here, now you know there is no air in that system. Shut the bleeder off, done. That was not done to this vehicle, which could explain a heck of a lot, being that the car never overheated until that was changed. So what we're going to do here, we got a 3/8 deep socket, 3/8 drive, and we're going to get our 3/8 drive ratchet over here. And what you want to do here, now we just filled this up, and what you want to do here is loosen this up. Until antifreeze comes out as a full flow, which it is. All right, we are looking good. We're gonna let that go there just for a few more seconds. Shut it off. Close that up. Now, do not over tighten this. This is going to aluminum. You can break this off, and then you'll be looking crazy in the face. So just tighten it up just a little bit, snug it. Now we're gonna get our pressure tester. Now what a pressure tester does is forces air into the entire system, puts it under pressure. So if this is leaking anywhere, the antifreeze is going to come out of there. That's why you got to make sure the system is full first. So we got our little kit over here, and just in case you can go to Harbor Freight or anybody and get this kit, great kit, goes for almost every car out there. This is Astro Pneumatic 7858. So definitely get you a kit like that, and it has all kinds of adapters, and it has a little pump over here. It looks like the old style bicycle pumps. All right, so take this out. You find the right adapter to replace the cap. You got ours right here. You put that on. All right, now we're going to hook up the pump just like an airline. You squeeze that back, put it on, and then we're going to pump this up until it reaches the red area, 15 psi, and we're going to go around and check for leaks. Bear back.
I would hope that would be it.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
That would be real nice.
All right, guys, you see all right, we got it pumped up. We got a heavy leak coming out, but that's because this is not really sealing right here. Let me see if I can get me a better adapter or try to fix this up. Be right back. All right, we built up as much pressure as we could. Gonna need a new kit. But I just looked up under the vehicle, looked around, and highest I got up to about 11 psi, and it's holding. It's holding pretty good. So now we're going to release the pressure, pushing the button right here. Now we're going to start to put the cap back on it, start the car up, let it warm up, check to see where it goes, make sure the fans come on, and everything. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got the car running. We're going to sit here and let this car warm up the operating temperature. Looking for any noises, everything's good. Let's go over here to our temperature gauge. Where we at here? I need some gas. Well, All right, temperature is down to cool. We're gonna let this car run and get this up to operating temperature. 119,000 miles. Hard to any miles on this car. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we had it running for about 15 minutes. Matter of fact, let's check out the temperature here. Temperature is just about midway, so it's not quite operating temperature yet. But what we want to do now, we want to check the temperature of these hoses. And what you want to do is go get you one of these infrared thermometers. Things are cool because what it does, put the red dot on it like that, and it'll tell you what that temperature is. Especially on this. Now we're on the top hose. Let's see, the top hose is reading 185 degrees, 186, and it's climbing. Now let's reach down here and put it on our bottom one. And our bottom one is 88 degrees, 87. That thing is cold. That bottom one is cold. Wait a minute, that's 92. There we have 90 by 87, 86 compared to 100. So you're looking at 100 degrees more on the top radiator hose. So right now, we got no kind of flow at all. We got no thermostat. But we're gonna let this car continue to run because what I want to see is if the fans will kick on. Still, even if the fans kick on, I got no circulation. But again, the thermostat might not have reached its temperature yet. So let's let it run for a few minutes more and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we let it run for another 10 minutes. Let's check and see where we're at. As far as temperature concerned, we are just about at the halfway mark. Let's go out here and get some readings. And wait a minute, our fans are on right now. They're on a low speed though. Chrysler has two speeds on their fan, low and high. Right now it's at a low. Let's find out something here. Let's get our temperature reading. We have 140, 170, 200, 204, 205, 206. Let's get a little closer here. 210. It's definitely at that mark, that point where the thermostat should have opened up. Let's reach down here carefully and get a reading on our lower hose. 145, 138, 140, if I get closer, great, 150. So now I'm at a 30-degree difference, which ain't bad. That's not too bad. But still, the fan is on a low speed. I ain't too particular about that right now. But let's go in here and check it out. Temperature still midway. Our fans came on. Let's see if our fans are still on. No, the fans stopped, which is good. Because the fan stopped, which means the computer did sense everything went back to normal and it shut that off. So that is it's pretty good. Let's let it run for a few more minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna check out where the relay is, see if it's for the high speed, low speed, and all that. We're gonna check that out as well. Be right back. All right, guys, I'll give you a little update here. Right now, our fans are on. They did shut off, and they came back on. And what we did, and actually, the customer came up with this idea. That's why it's very important to listen to the customer. So we got in here, and what we did was cut the AC on, because you know, with the AC on, the fans should run constantly. And we're pulling up a wiring diagram to see if there's a high speed on this, because I believe that this thing should have been kicking in high speed. Our temperature is still great. Our temperature is still halfway. Our fans are still turning. So let me just look at the wiring diagram and see what's up. And so far, still good. And so far, the only thing we did was bleed that the proper way, which a lot of people didn't. So let's check that out. We'll be right back. All right, guys, I want you to check this out. the high-speed fans just kicked in. That was great, because I know now that my high-speed is working. Now, it's been running for another 10-15 minutes. High-speed kicked in. Temperature is still halfway. And actually, it just dropped a little bit. AC is still cold. So now what I want to do now is I want to make sure that the fans will kick off. So I'm going to let it run now to make sure that gauge doesn't go up. So far the only thing we really did was bleed the system out the correct way. So we're going to let it run for a few more minutes. We'll be right back. Alright guys, the fans are kicking on high. Went over here and check the gauge. Oh yeah. We're up there. We are definitely up there. Fans are working. Fans are on high speed, so we know the fans are doing their job. Let's see if we can get some reading on some temperature here. We have 188 degrees, 190. Gotta be very careful when we reach down here and get our lower radiator hose. We're at 91, 90, 93, 89. So we are not circulating. We got that 100-degree difference there. Wow. I mean, we got no flow whatsoever here. Try again. 192. 91, 190-something degrees. It's down here. We have lower radiator hose. We have 112, 117. So,
the radiator hose is a little slow.
No, I think. Down here. Right there. That's the big hole there. So we're going on that. Try to get close to it as possible. And 116, 111. So I'm over here to shut this down. Yeah, we're 3/4 of the way. We're gonna shut this down. And it'll probably start. Yeah, it's starting to boil up out of there.
Yeah, it's starting to boil.
So while it's like that, 208. Now we can reach down here a little bit further. And we have 115. That is a big difference. So it is not circulating at all. Now we got to figure out what's going on, because maybe it's circulating but not enough. And that's exactly what's going on. The more it heats up, it's good when it doesn't require enough antifreeze. So now we're definitely going to be looking at a clog in the system. So let's put this stuff up and we'll be right back. All right, guys. Now we got to determine something here. We got to determine whether the water pump is working or the clogged radiator. Now, let's look at this logically now. Me and the customer sat back and thought about this. Now, if the water pump was no good, this thing would start to overheat and would heat up and it wouldn't stop. The fans wouldn't shut off like they did. So, going on that, we're going to say the water pump is good. Now, how about a partially clogged radiator? If the radiator is clogged and just partial of the antifreeze is going through to cool off the engine, that would do it. And as the car warm up, the antifreeze is getting hotter and there's not enough antifreeze in that radiator to cool that off. So check this out. What we do, we got our thermometer. Let's see if we can reach in here and we can see portions of the radiator, and let's try to get some readings on different sections of the radiator. All right, let's see. I'm looking right into here, touching the radiator. I got 134 degrees, 141, 140, right about there. Let's let's go on to another section right about down there. And I got 120. I got a 20-degree difference from the top of the radiator and the lower part. That's 20 degrees. Let's see if we can go over here to another section. Okay, I can see one way down there without getting burnt. Look at that. I'm at the lower part of the radiator and I'm looking at 111 degrees. I have a, it's not, so that means it's, I mean, that's a big temp, that's a big 111 degrees. That's ridiculous. Let's go back over here to the lower radiator hose and reach way down here. 105 degrees, 215. That is one big difference. I'm gonna start this up. And them different readings on that radiator show me that there's some blockage in there. I hope not. Dang it, might be out of gas here. Dang it, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Check it out. What we're gonna do, and the customer suggested maybe we didn't bleed it enough. So we got us a 3/8 wrench. We're gonna open up the bleeder. And if the system is bled out, as soon as I open this up, I just get antifreeze. Nothing but antifreeze coming out of here. So let's open this up. Oh.
No antifreeze?
Oh, look at that, guys. Wow. That's a lot of air.
That's ridiculous.
Huh. All right, guys, we're gonna sit here and let this bleed out. You see, we are not gonna take this off because we know this thing is hot. Be right back. All right, guys, we opened up the radiator cap because it's cooled down. We filled it up more till antifreeze came out of there. Close it back up, and what we're gonna do is start this back up, and hopefully it was enough gas. I say we have about 2 gallons in there. What we're gonna do is let's get that pump up there and everything. Turn the key off and on to get that fuel pump to pump that gas up there. All right, it's running. Temperature's down midway. All right, now we're gonna sit here and hopefully we got enough gas to keep this thing going. We're gonna run it again. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. Be right back. All right, the customer gonna take it to go get some gas, and also that puts this to a test to see where we're at. So once he gets back, we're gonna let you know. We'll be right back. All right, guys, girls, check this out. Customer still went to get some gas. All right, here's the theory on this now. First of all, we gotta understand one thing. Customer said that the car did not have an overheating issue until they changed this pipe. He took it to two repair shops and one guy that came by. Both repair shops bled the system, but they bled the system with the car running. You cannot do that on the car. You cannot bleed it with the car on, because as long as that water pump is pumping, it's going to pump antifreeze through that bleeder, and you're going to think it's bled. That was their problem number one. All right, the car did not do this before this, so we got to understand. We got to go on the assumption that something happened between changing that pipe and overheating. We saw what happened. We bled it the first time. Not too much air came out. We ran it, shut it off, and opened up the bleeder after it started to overheat, and we got nothing but air coming out the top. So here's my theory on what's going on here, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back and the car gonna be great. You got your radiator, the top half, you got the bottom half. What if they put an antifreeze in to bleed the system in, whatever, there's an air pocket in here. If they start the car up, that air pocket is still there. Once I bled it, the air pocket is still there. But once we started it up and everything started circulating, the water pump forcing the antifreeze throughout the system, now it's pushing that air out of the radiator. So it builds up to the top again. Car starts to overheat. Shut the car off, open the bleed up, bam, we got air. That is the perfect explanation for this. Doesn't mean anything wrong, just means the system was not bled properly. And hopefully this comes out to be, when he come back, we're definitely going to find out, both of us together. But and if it is the case, a lot of you probably out there got ripped off because you got the water pump change your water pump, change the radiator, and the car still did it. Somebody told you got blown head gasket. But anyway, so that's my theory on this right now. That's what my outlook on this is right now. That it just wasn't bled properly. So when the customer come back, we're gonna verify that to make sure of that. All right. We'll be right back. All right, customer came back. He said temperature stayed perfect right in the center. So what we're gonna do here is open this up.
Some more air come out of it?
See if more air come out of it.
Oh my goodness.
All right, here we go. Let's see what happens here, guys. Let's open this up a little bit. We still got air. So
That's how much air was in there, man.
So we're gonna sit here, let this bleed out. And this is the second time we're doing this. That's a lot of air.
That's a lot of air.
And we'll be back once this finishes. All right, guys, we're back. Check it out. We were still getting air through there. So this is what I did. I want to check out the cap to see if the cap was holding in the pressure. So what I did, don't laugh at me, I put a needle nose and some vice grips to clamp off the overflow. Because what I'm gathering now what's going on, let's go over here to our tester. It's not holding in enough pressure. So what happens is, if this cap is not holding down the pressure, it's going to open up, antifreeze is going to come out, and at the same time, air is going to be sucked in. Now we did this before this car started overheating. We've been having this one for a while now. You can go over here. Got a lot of pressure building up in the radiator, so that's good. And like I said, I got my little stick right here to keep the gas on, and I'm at about 2,000 RPM. And matter of fact, I'm gonna go over here to Kyle. All right, Kyle, how long you say we had this car running right now?
At least 20 to 30 minutes.
At least 20 to 30 minutes, and it is not overheated. And the funny part about it is, we closed it off before. We started up, let it run, had to idle up there. About 10 minutes later, it started to overheat. That's what made us do that right there. So we still letting it run. And this thing is, as you can see, just like the customer said, I mean, the customer ain't got no reason to lie. We're staying halfway, and you can see the RPM is about 21, 22. And the thing about it, the original cap was messed up. Now, I didn't notice at first. The company said, yeah, it was messed up. They went to AutoZone, got another cap. But the caps, even though the PSI is the same, 18 PSI, the caps are made differently. It's not really holding in that pressure like it's supposed to. Now, the system does call for 18 PSI. So, what I told them, if this comes out right, go to the dealership, get a cap. That's something new to us, for us to learn too. That thing is holding in pressure like crazy, man. It's great. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we took our stick out off the accelerator, let it idle. We still got our thing hooked up to that overflow. We go over here, get in here. We had the heat on, to, let it circulate. This thing hot. Look at that, perfect. Everything is perfect. Check that out. So what the customer's going to do, he's going to go down to the dealership and get a radiator cap or expansion tank cap. All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys, girls, that took a little time right there. But there you go, how to diagnose an overheating problem, checking the fans working all right. Come to find out, it was I'm about to say distributor cap, but the cap going to the expansion tank. So the customer is going to go to the dealership and get him a cap. Again, he took it down to Mr. Tire, was it? Come here, Kyle.
No, we gonna call
Come here, Kyle. Okay.
Mention names a bit.
Okay, I ain't gonna mention no name. Okay, come on over here. All right. We gonna mention names. So forget what I just said. He took it down to a repair shop. They bled it out. A few people. Come on over here, man. I can't. They can't
I'm
see.
too big to be on the camera.
Come on over here, Kyle. Okay. You want to stay there? He gonna stay there.
Yeah.
All right. I want to see the expression on Kyle's face when I'm about to ask him something.
What's that?
All right. So he took it. Repair shop. They bled this with the bleeder screw open. Not supposed to do that at all. Not supposed to do it
for hours.
Yeah, it's for hours and the car's still overheating. You got to have the system got to be off and bleed that. That's number one mistake. And because as they got that open, if the car's running, not only, just like I explained about the cap, not only is antifreeze pushing out, but at the same time, air is being sucked in. And if you got that bleeder open, that's exactly what's going to happen. And that's exactly what's going on with the cap. Then he figured something else was wrong. They changed the thermostat, still going on. Come to find out we did that. And I think I worked on Kyle's car a few times, right? Years ago.
Other vehicles, yeah.
So my question, Cal, come on, Cal, come on over here, Cal.
Go ahead.
All right, here you go. Here you go, Cal.
What's that?
All right, my question to Kyle is, why did you call us from the beginning?
Well, you know this.
Be honest, man. You gonna get it cheaper?
No, it wasn't a point of being cheaper. It was a point of having access to be able to get it done immediately. Because you know, with you all,
he got here so that good.
you gotta make an appointment.
Yeah, we've been backed up.
Yeah, so and then a lot of times, and then sometimes you know, you don't always think about the people that can really help you. Because you're looking for
especially something so simple. And you know what's good but bad about it? Kyle did the right thing. He didn't take it to this jack leg, this backyard. He took it to a shop.
Right.
And the shop's supposed to have been able to. I shouldn't be here right now.
You shouldn't. But so, you here by the grace of God. So we just
we're good.
We're good.
So guys, good. If you have any questions, you can post a comment, post your questions below, or you can email me direct to tim@astroautorepairs.com. I hope you enjoyed this episode, because this was a nightmare, man. To figure this out, it was a nightmare. All right, this is Timmy from Astro Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. Take it easy.